Hello friends, this is Burbala Banto CPA, and this is our Friday update on April 24th, 2020. What's going on with the PPP, SBA loans, and just overall with the taxes and the help for small businesses regarding the coronavirus. This week flew by really fast. I'm pretty sure that you heard the second round of the PPP funding was just signed into law today. So another $310 billion is available for the Paycheck Protection Program. Hopefully the banks, I heard in 48 hours, like start of next week, they're going to start processing new applications. So if you have your application in with the bank or several banks, like a good number of my clients, then watch out for, log into those places and watch out for emails about any extra information that's requested or just what's going on. Maybe you've been approved. If you have not processed or applied yet, processed your application, then you might have a hard time finding a bank. Most of the banks so far, they are not accepting applications. I just finished two online applications with a client of mine. We found Cabbage.com and OnDeck.com still had application sites open, so we were able to apply. Now, technically, you're only supposed to apply for one place, but a couple of weeks ago, everybody started applying at different places. Only the first application, the first bank who gets your application in with the SBA in the E-Trans system, that application will count, and the rest of them will be rejected. So just to increase the chances of getting the Paycheck Protection Program funds, I've heard people applying 3, 4, 5 places if they can, but again, now most places are closed. So good luck if you are in one of those in that category that you're waiting for a new round of money to be available for the banks. Hopefully you're gonna get it. I only heard from a handful of my clients that they were funded, and a couple of them were approved, but they have not been funded. So good luck to all of you. Regarding the SBA loans, of all my clients, one person finally I heard this week that got funded with the economic disaster loan, the EIDL loan. And he said actually that it was a kind of an obscure little email that he got from the SBA, and he even thought that it was a scam. And then he just double checked the confirmation number in the email and what he wrote down from the SBA applications about 6 weeks ago, and the two matched. So he signed in, logged into the SBA site, and lo and behold, there was the amount that he was approved for. So he just had to push the button and e-sign, and he got funded. So check out those if you got any email. Even if you missed an email or you went in your junk mail or spam folder, check out your account on the sba.gov/disaster site if you have applied. I tried to apply with the client this week, and the site said that they're on hold for now. They exhausted all the funds that were available, so I don't think they're taking any new application. But again, I don't know what happened with the applications that were going in a couple of weeks ago. If they're still on hold or they were rejected, we don't know. So that's about the PPP and the SBA. Now, I mentioned last week that I really believe that the second wave of the coronavirus help is going to be the new CARES Act, the family leave and the sick leave policies. I heard this week from a client whose employee has a very hard time caring for very little kids at home and working at the same time. So she requested sick leave for this reason, to take care of kids. And they're not sick or anything. So there's a provision for that. And check with your payroll provider. You are supposed to see those pay types available with your payroll provider. So that being, Intuit or Paychecks or ADP, I'm pretty sure that they have these available. Now, the good thing about it, you can pay these people their normal hours that they cannot work, and the government will pay for it. Now, they're only going to get paid 2/3 of their usual hourly rate, but it's still something. So they don't have to work, and you're going to see a credit on your next payroll tax filing or payment. So this client of mine that I did this with this morning actually had a pay stub for April 30th that we processed, and he's supposed to pay his payroll taxes May 15th. We already saw that the amount that he paid to this person, this employee who's going to stay home, was deducted from how much he has to pay in payroll taxes. So it's pretty much like free money. They're only going to get paid 2/3, but again, it's still better than nothing. So check out your payroll provider, talk to your accountant how this is going to work out. You can do this up to 80 hours, but there's another provision that I believe it's 10 weeks. So it's going to be or even a longer period of time. So that's about the sick leave and the family leave. A lot of people are filing for unemployment. Self-employed people, I'm thinking about now. In Ohio, for example, as of March 28th, you could apply. Even if you did not pay into the system, the unemployment system, you could apply through your state's unemployment system, and the government actually is going to fund the state, so they give you $600 a week up to, I believe, 39 weeks. So in Ohio, all my self-employed clients who have applied got rejected so far, or they're asking some more information. I really think that most states just have a hard time with all the increased applications they're receiving. They have a hard time adjusting to this new type of unemployment, but it's still better to apply. At some point, they're going to get to you and they're going to realize, yes, you're self-employed. You have not worked as a W-2 employee for anybody. Your employer is not somebody who has an account with the unemployment agency in your state. But at some point, again, they're going to understand this, and you're going to get your $600 per week back for, retroactively. So don't lose hope if you're in that situation. Hopefully not, but if you're in that situation, you can request this benefit from the state unemployment agency. So that's about that. Also, I wanted to make sure that you know that there are some communities, some states, local communities who have funds for coronavirus type of help for small businesses, grants or very good term loans locally. So I believe Cleveland had some for businesses that actually they were residing in Cleveland. Just look for these opportunities. Some communities have, like community foundations. Just look for these opportunities. Start to Google them. You might find something that you are approved for, or you can actually apply for. So that's about it. Still, if you have not done your taxes, I would urge you to have them done. Get 2019 in the books, and again, you can pay till or by July 15th. You don't have to make a payment if you owe. If you do get a refund, get it as soon as possible. Now, talking about refunds, we got in the beginning of the week, we got a zillion calls about the stimulus rebates that are going out. A lot of people could not update their information on the IRS website. So in 18, let's say, did not have their direct deposit info on their tax returns. And they just couldn't get through. So those people are going to get a check at some point. It's very frustrating because everybody's hearing like, oh, my son's friends who are in school, they don't have any income, and pretty sure they're dependent, or they're supposed to be dependent on their parents' tax returns. They got the full $1,200. My son, who has just a couple little W-2s, but I claim him as a dependent, doesn't. So there are all kinds of frustrating situations, very frustrating situations. Again, just know that your tax preparer is pretty much cannot do anything for you. If you go on the IRS website and try to update your information, maybe you can, but again, it doesn't work in a lot of cases. If you are eligible, you are gonna get it at some point. And even just to push this into the future, this rebate is basically a credit towards something that's going to be on your 2020 tax return next year. So let's say you don't qualify based on 19 or 18, you never got your check. I know it's very distant future, but if you're eligible in 2020, you're going to get this on your tax return next year. So there is a last hope. If you become eligible for 2020, like you're going to get it next year or credit against your taxes. So please keep sending us your questions. My email address is below, and you can check us out. And if you have any specific questions, any specific stories that you want to share with us or situations, let us know and we're going to try to help you. So with that, have a good weekend. Talk to you next week. Bye-bye.